Hi there, this is Relationship Conference. God bless you as you listen.
Is it that some of you want this guy, but you can't get him, and you ask me, sir, is it okay for a girl to toast a guy? Now, today's relationship conference is going to address all these things that I've mentioned. And if you take everything I'm going to say seriously, I'm telling the truth, you're going to have a smooth relationship and marriage. This is one of the secrets of my marriage. So I'm revealing not just knowledge, but what I practice myself. It's very, very important that everybody listens and catches what you're going to hear. Guess what it is? It's something that you all know, but I'm telling you, you're going to hear it as you've never heard before. It's called communication in relationship. Communication in relationship has destroyed a lot of relationships, has also built a lot of relationships. Communication in relationship. What is communication? Listen carefully. Communication is not talking. Communication is not speaking. Communication does not just cover these areas. Communication is the accurate transfer of message from one vessel to the other vessel. Accurate message transfer. The transfer must be accurate. The inaccurate of that transfer will render the entire essence of communication useless, and so people begin to have issues. That is what communication is. Transfer of, not just transfer, accurate. The transfer must be accurate from one vessel to the other vessel. And guess what? With an intention. The message carries an intention. So communication transfer, not just transfer, accurate transfer of message. In the message, there's an intention to the other person with the expectation that the person receives response. If communication is not complete when that expectation of receiving response is not met. So a lot of us have killed our relationships, not just with our babes or our guys, with our wives or husbands, but even with our friends and neighbors and colleagues in the office and all of that, because you could not you could not accurately transfer that message. Or even if you had accurately transfer that message, at the end, the expectation, the expected response that you need is not met. You become disappointed. And it is not you becoming disappointed that matters. Let me tell you what matters. What matters is your disappointment is manifested in your attitude. Now this is so important. Very, very important. Look, let me tell you. If you bring Mr. A and Mr. B, Mr. A has a good, sweet, amazing, wonderful intention for this beautiful sister. Mr. B has an intention. It's not beautiful, it's not amazing. He just has an intention. Mr. A that has beautiful, amazing, sweet intention for this sister does not have the ability to transfer, not just transfer, accurately transfer that intention to this lady. Then this guy that has just an intention, not amazing, has the ability to transfer, not just transfer, accurately transfer that intention in form of communication to the babe. The babe goes for him. Now, I'm answering another question. Why is it that church girls like bad boys? I've just answered it. The bad boys have the ability to transfer, not just transfer, accurately transfer the intentions in their heart. Church boys, amen. Are you getting me? Now, this is important. It does not just happen in relationship, even in marriage. There are basically two types of communication, verbal and non-verbal. Verbal has to do with words. Non-verbal, absence of words, actions, symbols, gestures, all of that. Verbal, non-verbal. But I'm not going to be talking about verbal. I'll be talking about non-verbal because it's the most important of them all. But briefly, let me tell you something about verbal communication. See, let me tell you about you'll be blessed. You'll be mightily blessed. I assure you. When you live here, you will just find out that your communication skills will just change. And because we're going to do practicals, before we leave, we'll do practicals. Like I was one guy, go and meet that guy and see. You just see the girl will just be falling. You just don't. This teaching, do you know why I love this teaching? Because it's answering most of the questions. How can I toast a babe? It's all in this teaching. And the girls, how can I toast a guy? You know, they've asked me several, is it okay for a girl to toast a guy if she's dying for him? And if yes, how? So I'm answering a lot. Amen. Are you getting me? You say what? Huh? Okay. Now, listen. This is dangerous. I'm going to blow your mind. Please listen to me. It's dangerous. Listen. I'm going to blow your mind. I don't want you to hear what I'm saying. I want you to see what I'm saying. That's some lines, man. Yeah. You know, after I said it, I realized, say, Kai, that yarn, a serious yarn. You know this. Look. Words in communication. Let me tell you what words do. Please listen. This is very deep. I want you to catch it. Words in communication represent your personality. If I want to know your kind of person, what I would do is listen to the kind of words you utter. A lady, imagine girls. You know, our sister Charity today did a powerful teaching in House 316 today. She did a teaching called How to Be a Classy Girl. And she gave 5. Oh my God. Guys, any girl will not get those 5 things. Just forget. 5 classy. How many of you want to listen to our teaching? Yeah, she'll be doing a teaching on 28th February in Destiny Chapel, Dadinkwa. She'll be doing series on underwears. She teaches what they don't teach in church. And they are so real. Today she taught us in church how girls should sit down. Girls, you don't sit anyhow. Just you sit. So she taught us today practically, or not by words. She was saying it, and she brought seat, and she taught one lady how to sit, probably like a royal. The instruction I received today in your teaching is, I am royal. That's a powerful thing. In my diary, it's in capital letter. I am royal. Ladies. She was talking to ladies, but I was just applying everything to myself. I'm telling you. So when you hear a girl, they meet with her friend. Hey, shake ya, come away. Shake ya. Kai dalla. Kai haba. Hey, get your watch. Get wacky. Like Kai. No. No. You are with your boyfriend. Say, hey, you talk any other, you say, hey, but in the kashi. See, it's not the statement, but in the kashi, that is the problem. You know, when you say, but in the kashi, and you're going, the guy will start imagining kashi. So, do you know what? Naturally, the guys will think this girl is anyhow girl. The words that come out of your mouth represent your personality. Represent your personality. Represent your personality. Represent your personality. This is powerful. Now, look at this. The chain of communication. Okay? There's the message here. Okay? This message must be transferred to another body. Okay? So this message goes through what is called channel. However you communicate it. And then it meets the other vessel. This message must have the potential to be decoded and understood by that person. And when that person receives the message, it is not enough. There's an expectation that must be met, which is to respond back. Are you getting my point? To respond back to the other person. And then we'll now say communication has taken place. In the absence of this, communication has not taken place. So let me hit the point. She's my girlfriend. I did something to her. Okay? And then I realized that I did something to her. And I approach her to say, I'm sorry. The essence, that's intention. The essence of me communicating to her that I'm sorry is that, please, let's discuss this. And then you chose silence instead of response. I become disappointed. There's no communication. And because there's no communication, you're going to have problem. And that is why I'm against silence in relationship. Silence in relationship and marriage is the obstruction of the process of communication. And anytime there's an obstruction in the process of communication, at least one individual is frustrated. That's the reason why if you're watching TV and NEPA take light, you are frustrated. NEPA is not frustrated. But you are frustrated. Anytime there's obstruction, there's always an obstruction. For instance, like, let me call my wife now. My wife is not in town. She traveled. Okay, so I just call her now. Hey, yeah, babe, how far now? Kai, you know, there's something, but just forget. She'll be frustrated. I hope you guys are learning. You will be very stupid to raise the suspense of someone and then leave them hanging. It is better you don't even bring it up. So don't bring an issue. Now, the communication has started and then you obstruct it. Yeah, I just hope you guys are learning what I'm saying. Now I'm talking about obstruction of the process in communication. So, communication must start from the beginning. Transfer, not just transfer, please. Accurate transfer of message with an intention to the other person, and then the person understands the message. That's not enough. The person will have to act. That's the result of the communication. The person will have to respond back. And the response, because the person is expecting, must meet him. If you understand this simple, this thing, I know why I'm just going up and down illustrating it. I want you to have a pictorial image of this in your mind. When you're communicating with people, please do this. Put it, bring it back. When somebody speaks to you, always know that in what he says, there's an intention. He's expecting a response. We're doing anger class. Unfortunately, very few people are doing it. And all the people that are doing it, I don't even know them. Most of them are not even Jos. There's not even any person from Jos. So that means everybody that is in this hall is not in the anger class. I'm talking about the premium class. You guys are in the general, you're in general class. There's a general class, there's a premium class. The premium class, I accept only 5 people, not more than. Because one-on-one. In fact, there's one guy that refused that he wants his class alone. So I gave him his price. He's cool with it. So we're doing it. Only him in one class. And this is one of the emphasis in the anger class. Response. Response. Anger is actually response with feelings. He does this to me. Then I respond back. There's a feeling. I respond back to it. So that response. Are you getting me? Now, let me conclude with some of the most powerful tips that concern communication. Then I'll take questions and answers. Don't forget, your questions can be from this teaching or from anywhere. You can bring them, okay? And by God's grace, we'll answer them all. Now, when you transfer a message to your partner and your partner doesn't understand, it frustrates you. Or if you send a message to your partner and your partner doesn't understand, he will do the wrong thing. Is that right? And at the end, you'll be frustrated. Is that okay? So now you're not in a relationship. Let me address 3 categories of people that are here sitting and those that are listening to me. You are not in any relationship. You don't have girlfriend, you don't have boyfriend, you're not married. You just there. You just there. You know, sent. You just there. Okay? You know, there are some people like that. They just there. In fact, that reminds me, in the entire March, we'll be doing marriage conference. Entire March. Every Sunday in March, marriage conference. Jesus is Lord. That one. You know how it's marriage conference? The first day, I'll talk to those people that I want to bring out the essence of marriage. Marriage is a mystery. So I'll be talking about the mystery of marriage. How God ordained it, why God ordained it, and all of that. You know, I've listened to a lot of teachings where the sad part of it, you know, some of them are genuine, but some of them, the sad part of it is they try to convince you that you must not marry. They inspire you, they motivate you, they give you reasons that it's not by force to be married, and you believe, you just believe it. I will tell you I'll give you the conditions that will make you not to be married. If you don't have any of those conditions, you must marry. I'm not joking, no. And thank God that teaching is scriptural. So you guys know, you see it with your eyes from scriptures. So they try to, and then you just feel, and then they just, no. There are conditions that you shouldn't marry. If you meet this condition, then please don't marry. Our advice is not to even get married. But you are not in any of those conditions. You are tied down by the past experience, and you just make up your mind not to get married. Or you see how your parents are doing in the marriage, or your neighbors, and so you just failed marriage. They are bullshit excuses. Those ones, zero. So, but there are reasons, there are them. We'll check them. So I'll do massive teachings on that, marriage conference. But let me address those that are not married here. Singles that are not in a relationship, and they are not married, and they are not doing anything. You're getting me, right? See, every day of your life you go out. Some of you are even here. And because of your lack of good communication, you can never get a good relationship. I'm sorry to say it, but it's the truth. You will never. It is the reason why correct guys no go come. And some guys, because of your bad communication skills, I'm going to show you. Don't worry, okay? You can never get the correct babe. Even if you get babe, it will not last. So you begin to lose interest in relationship or marriage. It is because of your communication. You are here, you're already in a relationship, and you're wondering why do you keep, you're not enjoying the relationship. Please check out your communication. There could be other factors, but check out your communication. Or if you are married, please check out your communication if you're not enjoying your relationship. I sat down and asked myself, this is how I think, man. I think crazily. I just sat down and said, God, why did you create communication? Do you know God will have created the world without communication? I hope you know. We'll just no communication. So I asked myself, yeah, God can do anything. See, do you know that God can do anything? God will have made our bum to be on our forehead. You are just going with your bum on your forehead like this. You'll have made it that way. So some crazy thoughts. So, but I always ask myself, why did God do this and all that? So why did God create communication? And I got it. Let me tell you why God created communication. Do you know, if you read Revelations chapter 4, verse 11, God created not the world, not the humans, the entire world, including the humans, just to give him pleasure. When Adam and Eve were in the garden, what God wanted was the fellowship. Not just the relationship, but the fellowship. You know, relationship without fellowship is bullshit. That's on lines, man. Bullshit, fellowship. So the essence of the relationship is fellowship. Okay? And guess what? Fellowship is communication. So, number one, God created communication for his own sake, to have fellowship with the humans. It's a privilege. Serious privilege. That the person, when you do your drawings, does your drawing communicate back to you? It's annoying. So imagine if you do drawing and you can talk the drawing. Hey, what's up, man? And the guy say, what's up, man? I can draw you, man. Yeah, that's what we did here. So imagine you can communicate with your drawings. Would you like that? So it was the same thing. When God created man, he put the ability to be able to communicate. They should be able to communicate with him. That's why he created communication. And guess what? He granted that privilege to us humans among us. So that we'll be able to communicate to each other. You have seen that, right? But we have abused that. We have abused that privilege. And so we destroy our relationships, but not knowing how to communicate very well. Now, I'm going to give you 4 elements of good communication. 4. Number 1. See, if you carry these 4 elements of good communication and begin to practice them now, I assure you, you see great change. Have any relationship and you are searching for good relationship, I want to challenge you. Apply these 4 elements of good communication and see the change. You can even apply the same thing in business, and it works. So it's not just about boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. You're seeing that, right? Are you seeing that? Hello? Are you ready? Number one element of good communication is listening. 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 Let me tell you what listening is. One word. One word for listening is care or attention. If you are listening to me, it means you care for me. You have attention for me. It's sweet to know that you are listening to me. And let me tell you, the best form of listening when it is one-on-one contact is with the eyes, not with the ears. You see now? It's with what? So, my babe, she's my babe. She's talking to me. She's talking to me. She's talking and so, okay. No, don't worry, I'm listening. No. It shows that you care for this more than you care for her. It is even better if it is urgent, if it's better. You know, I'm teaching communication now. Learn all this, please. It is even better to say, sorry, just give me a moment. I'll be done because I want to give you my full attention, baby. Then you continue. Is that not romantic? Like, cool. She feels special. So the best form of listening is done with in fact, let me come to the corporate world. In corporate world, when you go to see your boss in the office, or you're in a place to do business negotiations, or you're in a very formal meetings, your phones should not be seen. It should not be seen. It's an ethics. It's an ethic. Your phone should not be seen. Don't say you keep it on the table. Okay? Yeah, thank you. Don't say you keep it on the table. Don't keep it on the table. Put it in your bag. Put it on silence, absolute silence. You have seen that, right? Listening has killed a lot of, first, potential relationships. Another form of listening, smile. Smile. For instance, if you tell me, hey Roy, look at me now. Hey Roy, I just send you 3 million naira into your, that's what I'm expecting. I've been praying for 3 million naira these days. I really need 3 million. No jokes, so this is like serious. I need 3 million naira to put it in this human business. Okay, that's what I need 3 million. So just imagine one of you now just come and say, okay, Roy, like Pastor Palang, good to see you, sir, once again. Yeah. So like Pastor Palang now will now say, Roy, I just transferred 3 million naira to you. Then I'll just say, okay, thank you very much. Do you get? Do you know that it's even better when he says, Roy, I just transferred 3 million. Yeah, 300 million. Many. Not like imagine. No. I reject that kind of. How can I be afraid of 300 million? No. This is a rough. No. So 300 million. Okay. So imagine if we had 300 million. We built our own auditorium, strictly for relationship conference. I'm telling you, we'll be watching, we'll have cinema, watching cool Christian romantic movies. Well, some of you don't know that there's Christian romance. There's Christian romance. You don't know? What I mean is love movies. That's what I mean. There are plenty. Well, let's forget that one. It's coming to pass. It's going to pass for sure. We'll build an auditorium. We'll have cinema. People will come and hang out. We'll be learning all this. Is that okay? We're even teaching to build relationship hospital. I'm telling you. That will be dealing with relationship cases. You think relationship is not a serious issue? I've seen people going crazy because of relationship. And I don't know why we don't care about relationship. I'm serious. Relationship hospital. If your relationship is sick, this is the hospital. There'll be plenty injections too. The injection is information. We inject information into your head. I watched this movie. I learned something from it. I can't remember the name of the movie. This guy organized. Okay, there are actually two different movies, and I love those kind of movies that have good storylines like that. One of them was a Nigerian movie. He was being disturbed by his family to bring a wife, a lady that's going to marry a wife. Okay, I hope you know the meaning of wife. Please, wife is not a title; it's a quality. That's what the Bible says. He who finds a wife, not that he who finds a woman. No. He who finds a wife, that means she's already a wife. She has the qualities of wife. Do you see that? So it's not because until you are married, then you're a wife. No. You are a wife, then you are found, then you are married. Not that you're a girl. I am married, I'm wife. Then you start behaving like wife. I tie rapper, wife. I don't. That's what I said. He who finds a wife. Okay, you can't find if that's the definition, then you can't find a wife because all wives have their husbands. So but the Bible says he who finds a wife. So wife is actually a virtue that is in you as a woman that attracts a man to say, she is the one I want to marry. He must see the wife in you first. Don't say until you get married. It's a virtue. And the virtues are being listed in Proverbs 31 verse 10. The virtues there, go and get them. Very, very simple. So this guy, they asked you to go and get a wife and all that. So he was afraid, he didn't know what to do. So he looked for a prostitute and paid her. He said, please just act like my wife. Then she agreed. Then they came, hey, but she's a prostitute. Nothing, there's no connection. So they started acting like husband and wife before any true love entered. So when the true love entered, the guy found her story, why she became a prostitute and all that. And they are just so suitable for each other. Like, this is my wife, this is my husband. Truly, as in genuinely. Okay? And the guy also, from the story, had his own past that is not even much more than a prostitute. I hope you know, prostitution, the difference is those comedians, they pay you, one they don't pay you. The one they pay you is the private sector. Then the other one is public sector. That's the difference, but it's not prostitution. Because they sleep with you, they don't give you money. You are still a prostitute. It's just that you are not being paid. That one is even worse. Though all of them are even worse, man. Okay, guys. Allow me to be focused, okay? So the guy was also doing his wrongs and all that, and they forgave, left their past and all that, and then they started true love. So when they started true love, so they were now going to visit their uncles. So when they go to this uncle, then the uncle, you know, he has slept with her before. Then you carry the guy, Emeka, come, let's talk. Who is this? Say, uncle, waiting. Who is she? Say, uncle, no, nothing. Go and check, better check. Uncle, what is it? You know, those kind of things. Then the entire family realized that she was actually a prostitute. And most of his uncles have even slept with her. That's some terrible sin, man. So, like that. The hospital, some of you, when you guys are doing misbehaving, will just catch you, lock you inside one room. You will fight, reconcile, fight, reconcile, fight, reconcile, fight, reconcile. Then, that's all. So we hope that we're going to build that hospital. Number 2 element. Those of you that are just coming in, we are in the conclusion part. We're giving the elements of communication. Number 2. Number 2. Huh? No. Number 2. Number 1 is listening. And I say there are different types of listening. Attention, care. You can show care by smile and all that. Number 2 is response. Good response. Please listen to me. Learn how to respond. Let me tell you please listen to one powerful statement. Very powerful. Very, very powerful. It's so powerful that you can apply it in your spiritual lives. Do you know that the more intimate I am with you, the less words I use in communicating with you? It's the same thing with God. If you are so intimate with God, there are sometimes you just keep quiet. You're not just talk, but you are actually in a deep intercourse with God. This is powerful. And that is why more of non-verbal communication is done by intimate couples. You are seeing that, right? So your intimacy level is actually determined by how much words you use. You've said it once, but you're giving much explanation. They don't understand. House 316, we're so much into each other, so much that sometimes if I'm teaching, I'll just say something. They just know. I'll just do one sign. They just know what I'm trying to express. It's because of the intimacy. So I'm just telling you how you can increase your communication skill when you become more intimate. Please, intimate is not this useless sex. Baby, let's get intimate. There is sex. I'm not going to useless, stupid, very stupid, foolish ideology. That is when you have sex, that is intimacy. No, it's very stupid. Very, very stupid. Entirely and absolutely stupid. I don't know where that ideology comes from. Look, I know, I told you I follow a lot of counselors and all that. They're very wonderful. I'm very careful in choosing my mentors and all that. And there's these people that one of those guys that I follow did an interview for them, and I watched the interview. You will not believe it. If I tell you now, you are not going to believe it. You think I'm lying. This couple, they are married for 12 years. They've never had sex. It's unbelievable. They've never had sex. They've kissed, done all those things, but sex, no. And it's not because there's any problem. They don't have any problem. They just don't feel like, they do more, there are things to them that is sweeter than sex. There are things that makes them even more intimate. So sex does not make you intimate. Look, let me tell you something. Hello. You guys didn't believe I was the one, but let me give one story. It's a true life story. Oh. One pastor in our church, Destiny Chapel, then our reverend invited him. Okay, this is our pastor's friend. The guy was very small. He was like this. No, like this. Very smallish. Then he wore safari clothes, and the safari get long hand. So, and it was oversized. So they just called him, Pastor, so, please, sir, come and do closing prayer for us. Then the pastor stood up. Very small. Then can you collect microphone from our pastor? Then he still say, brethren, please can we bow our heads, close our eyes as we pray. Then we just close our eyes. The next thing we heard was, Father! All of us open our eyes. Is it the same guy? Guy. We'll never forget that thing. I'm telling you. I said the guy get reserve energy. Can't you pray? Everybody, we're not even, we're just looking at him. Look, let me tell you something. You see me, I will never be afraid of telling the truth the way it is. In case you don't know, many people have criticized me. In case you don't know, many people have gone to my inbox and insulted me. Even on good things. Let me give you a typical example. You know that 50,000 business thing in relationship conference? Do you know that one person went to my inbox and insulted me? You can just see. I'm telling you. But I know the principle. No matter, even Jesus, they insulted him. So who are we? So me, I've made up my mind. I don't, as far as I've seen the truth, I will say it the way it is. I don't care about existing ideologies. I don't care about the teachings. I will tell you the way it is. And I will back it up. I'll back it up. I'm going to end with a scripture. So don't think I'm teaching out of scripture. Man, all my teachings are scriptural. And I'll give you one verse that will carry all these things. Sex does not make you intimate. Sex doesn't make you intimate. Even if it makes you intimate, or you have chosen it to be one of the ways it can make you intimate, it's when you are married. What sex does to you is to expose you to dangers when you're not married. It exposes you to dangers. So please, ladies, all ladies, I want all the ladies to join the Stingy Women Association. Cross your legs. Please don't cross your legs. Roll your legs. Roll it. As in, if you put this leg, let that leg come out and turn again. Did I say number 2? Let me be fast. Did I say number 2? What's number 2? Response. Please learn how to respond to communication. Silence is not one of it. I don't encourage silence in any form. In relationship, in other fields is a different thing. But in relationship, because this is someone that you're supposed to tell him or her what you're feeling at that moment. Now there are different ways. Those that are in the anger, none of them is even here. Maybe they will hear the teaching. So those of you that are in anger class, that's the premium class. Okay? I talked to you about this particular thing. That it is okay for you to be silent. Because silence is also a strategy of cooling your nerves. No problem. But make sure you become silent and come back and speak about it. Whenever you're going to speak about situation in relationship, make sure you are calm. That's why I love the discipline in football. I love that discipline in football. When they are talking to the ref angrily, they put their hands behind. Have you seen it? They don't point at the ref. Even at each other, they'll put their hands and they can be insulting, you're a stupid idiot, but you're a stupid idiot. They will never point their hands. You see that? So make sure that, please, look at it. Let me give you, okay, when you go to terminals, please listen to this. It will help you. It's not funny. Don't just carry the funny part of all these things I'm saying. Always carry the messages. The messages are actually hidden in the laughing that you're doing. When you go to before you go to a terminus, there's one guy. Since yesterday, he has not eaten. Okay? And in the morning, somebody promised that he was going to send him his money, 5,500 naira. Okay? So he has been waiting for 5,500 naira. The money didn't come. He's hungry. And he's in terminus. He's a businessman. He's selling shoes and slippers. No money. He didn't eat yesterday in the night. And then here are you. You're cool. You're just chilling. You don't have any issue in this world. You're just coming. You just want to go to terminals and see if you could buy some few things. You don't even have any problem. You're okay. You took wonderful breakfast. You don't have any issue. This guy has issues. In fact, his girlfriend sent him text. If you don't send me 700 recharge, don't ever talk to me. The guy, do you understand? And then here he is. And then you're coming, he's coming. And then somehow, you guys brush shoulder. And he just turned, the guy. I said, Ubanka, Uwaka. Now look at what is happening. There is an anger, which is a spirit that he carries. By speaking to you, he's transferring that anger into you. And guess what? You will respond back. But when you remind yourself that this guy carries spirit of anger, I don't carry anger. I don't carry, man. I have a cool spirit, man. How do you know? See, I'm talking to you because I reflect way back. I don't know, with one of my boys, I can't remember. We once went to terminals, that hot terminals. That I don't know when I've been. That time I was driving my Hennessy. So, you know how terminals is. So we need to go and park. And then these guys that were selling things, these house guys. So when I came, and I was honing, and then the guy was, I don't know who followed me that day. Nah, you had not motor. Like, this is just on the main road, and I want to park. And it was and I regret why I was doing those bullshit. The worst one is even taxi people, not even bus people. I was going to Bukuru. We were inside taxi, and then the bus guy ran about all airport. So as we were going, then they nearly hit. They didn't hit each other. They nearly hit each other, and then the taxi driver insulted the bus driver. Say the guy too. Before you know it, our driver was going to go and park. In fact, he went and parked. And came, how about Allah? You can just imagine. Now, the reason why I'm making this illustration is this. Some of you have made over-exaggerated response. Something that you could just respond yes or no. And it has become an issue. We are going in UJ in those days. And then inside I'm going Rogo. And then we're just going. Then one Hausa guy. I can't remember what he, I can't remember the exact name he used. But he was like, Musa. He was calling us. Musa. None of us is Musa. Do you understand? So, Musa. Then, but Musa Bani. Then the same guy. To Obanka ne. Kind of like you can just imagine. Please, there are some responses that just yes or no. I know it's not easy because I do the same thing with my wife. You know this kind of example. It's not true. Response. If you can diligently deal with response, you will have good communication skills. It's very, very important. People speak to you. Now, sometimes they speak to you and they may have good news or something that will benefit you. The way you respond will determine their next step. If you don't have a boyfriend, you're not in a relationship, but you hope to get a good relationship, a gentleman may say something to you. How you respond back to him will determine if he will still be interested in you or not. So work on this response. It's very important. In fact, even in relationship, you're already in relationship. This guy has been doing stuff for you, and he has been gathering the nature of your responses in his heart. And one day, it will be enough for him. So I'm not just talking, it's so true. You know this kind of story that me and my guy were watching Arsenal, and managers Arsenal red, Chelsea blue. So me and we were just watching Arsenal and Chelsea. Then my friend just came in, and then he said, oh boy, which match I watch? So, it's Chelsea and Arsenal. Then the guy again, we say, which one is Chelsea, which one is Arsenal? Then we say, okay, Chelsea, the blue, Arsenal, the red. They say, oh, okay. So which side is Chelsea playing? This side or that side? Then you say, Chelsea are playing from left to right. Then you keep quiet. Then you say, what about Arsenal? Arsenal are playing from right. You are being patient. You are responding to this. Then you are watching. You know the anger is gathering, right? You are just gathering. Then the guy will say, oh, okay. So what's the scores? The scores 0-0. Then you go, okay. Oh, okay. So, you know it's annoying, right? Is it not annoying? So there are some things that me and my wife till today, there are such kind of things that she will just ask, Jesus, how can you ask this kind of question? So response in communication is key. I want you. The essence of taking much time on response is because it's like one of the most vitals, okay? Now, you see, anytime you want to make a response, be conscious. Be conscious of your response. And do you know that responses can kill arguments? Do you know that responses can kill even a fight? Do you know that somebody may come angrily at you? You stupid, what did you do that? They say, I'm sorry. Do you know that's the way first coming down? You are saying that, right? Now we're talking about your relationship, that you need to do anything possible to maintain it. So some of you have lost your relationships because of your responses. Some of you will never get a good relationship because of your responses. So you must change today. Learn how to respond. Now, I learned something about response that is key, and I need to tell you. Please, whenever you are responding, especially in crisis issues, don't respond your feelings. Those of you that are in anger class, okay, the general class, I think I did something for you guys. You guys remember that illustration of one guy standing in the queue? Okay, you guys are standing in the queue. Then one guy will just come and overtake all of you. Then I asked you guys, how will you react? Then I gave you options. Those of you that reply, I did the analysis for you. Before the end of this month, I'll send your analysis. Those of you that are not saying anything in the class, by next week, I'm expelling all of you. You've never said one word in the class, I'll expel you. You are in the class, you were given an assignment, you're not talking. You're not talking, I'll expel you. When you feel someone is stupid, don't make your response with calling him stupid. In your mind, say, stupid, big head. Insult him, father, him, mother. But don't say it out. It was one American president, true life. Do research. I can't remember his name. I can't remember his name. But one of the American presidents, during this one of the wars like that, his general was doing a lot of rubbish. Okay? So he will write and insult the general. You don't know, you insult him. Insult him. Okay? But he has never sent those letters. So it was after the historians were able to gather all the letters and they were able to place them one after the other, side to side. The one he insulted the guy. Then after he cool off, he will write the letter that will be sent to the general and he will praise him. So they saw the one he insulted the general and then the one that he praised him. But those one that he insulted, he never sent them. You have seen that? This response has killed a lot of you. See, I know what I'm talking about. I wish those people that have met me on several occasions on such kind of issues. Well, somebody would just call their boyfriend, they will insult their boyfriend. In fact, somebody insulted her father's boyfriend. Seriously. And it's over. The guys just say, huh? What? Her boyfriend's father. What did I say? I was okay, all right. Number three, comprehension. That's understanding. Look, if somebody tells you something, if you don't understand, tell him, please explain more. Or say pardon. Or whatsoever. But make sure you receive the message with understanding. Guess what? It is the understanding that will determine your response. It is how you understand the message that you'll be able to respond. You are saying that, right? If you don't understand the message, you may likely respond wrongly. And that will jeopardize the entire relationship. Make sure you understand. And let me tell you the meaning of understanding. Because some of you don't even know what understanding is, this comprehension. Look, when you are trying to call your boyfriend or girlfriend and he's not responding, and maybe later you say, please, I'll call you later. Okay? Let me tell you a sad story. My friend had this girlfriend. So always having issue of no trust and all that. So I visited him in Abuja. I was staying in his house. And she was schooling in Kefi that time. So he kept calling her for 2 days and she was not picking. The second day, the handset went off. So the guy could not even sleep. He started doing a lot of imaginations. And he was telling me that time, I remember that. In fact, that's how one time she was flexing with one guy. What the guy was just. Do you understand? So he called some of her friends and all that. Then they gave him information that the girl, they saw the girl with some guys. They entered one car and they didn't come back. That's the information. So the guy was walking. So you see the communication. I'm trying to talk about understanding. Understanding in communication has to do with the complete details. You can't understand when the details are not complete. And for the details to be complete, you have to be patient and wait to the end. Let me tell you the end of the story. The girl was actually kidnapped. That was it. So all the insults and what he did, the girl was kidnapped. I once told you the story of a guy in ABU Zaria. Real life, ABU Zaria. The guy had this girlfriend. You know this, their hostel, Bashiga, and all that. So they would come and stay, room 5, room 35. I'm in a hall and all that. So that's how you know they normally do. So they usually make an appointment. Like, okay, let's meet 5. So that you don't come and be shouting, hey, because those days, no phone to call. So they made an appointment, let's say 5, that they were going to meet. So if you know I'm in a hostel, you understand this story very well. That's who is from ABU here. So that road to Amina hostel. So the guy was coming from far. he was coming, and then he saw his girl. Okay? He saw his girl with a fine, tall guy. The guy has no beard. You know, those days, girls love guys that don't have beards, but now girls love, I don't know. Things are just changing. And that time, girls will start loving bald-headed people. And then guys will be doing style, chop here. Anything that girls love, guys will start being it. And I don't know. Okay, well, so the guy, very handsome guy, and here they were talking to his babe. They'll even talk, you know, this kind of intimacy. They'll even talk, they'll just clap. You know, the game was just, and the guy was frustrated to this point. Before he got there, he took a piece of wood. When he got there, he hit the guy on the head and on the neck. And guess the end of the story. The guy died, and it was her brother. Will you advise the girl to continue the relationship? It was her brother. So, you see, non-verbal communications are such that until they are complete, you won't be able to understand. So you make sure that they are complete, you get all the details before you respond. And that's why I did a very radical teaching, and many people hated me for that, didn't like it. But I still stood by it, man. And it's the best, and I won't stop telling you. The first thing to do when you catch your partner cheating is to calm down. That's the first thing to do. Maybe you even go, you sit there in the bed, they are just doing it. You know, if you just, you know, the first thing you should do is calm down. Tell yourself, boy, calm down. I'm telling you, calm down. That's the first thing to do. Don't shout, don't insult, don't even ask them, what are you doing? Of course, you have seen what they are doing. Don't ask. And you know, the moment you ask them, what are you doing? You are becoming insane. So no. Calm down. And calming down, for some people, may involve days, hours. But make sure you calm down before you respond. Understand the information. Maybe they're actually not fornicating. Maybe they're acting Nigerian film. So just hold on first. Maybe there are cameras you don't know, they're acting Nigerian film. So I finish, and then maybe they'll say it's Nigerian film. If I see, then you can act. The last but not the least. Please listen. Your response, okay? Your response to what has been communicated to you will determine what you're going to do, and it's called action result. And I'm going to explain that. My guys, listen. You have these non-verbal skills, and you're communicating to a girl non-verbally that I love you, man. Do you understand? That's the message. Okay? And she understands and responds with a smile. The next thing you need to do is to take action. Understanding a message. And even in the response, without action, renders the entire thing useless. Let me give you an instance. When your boyfriend or girlfriend tells you something, and you follow all the process we've been mentioning. You listen, you smile, you do what? You say, okay, baby, I'm going to do that. And at the end, you didn't do it. It's useless. So there must be the action, the result. The essence of communication is action. It is the action. I want you to take the action, and that's why I'm telling you this thing. A girl wanted to pass a non-verbal message to her boyfriend that his mouth is smelling. So she bought a chewing gum and gave him. He didn't understand. She gave him again. He didn't understand. She gave him the third time. He still didn't understand. So he was gisting with his guys. See my baby. 3 days now, she dey buy me chewing gum. Oh boy, your baby dey buy chewing gum. She dey tell you so your mouth dey smell. The guy decoded the message. He's supposed to what? Act. Work on your mouth, man. It can be worked on. You can visit a dentist, they will tell you, brush your mouth, eat plenty fruits. You can put fan and open your mouth. I'm not joking, no. Drink plenty water. You are seeing that, right? After perceiving a message, or whether you respond or not, action is more important. Are you getting me? Let's go to Ephesians. I close. Then I'll take questions and answers. Who has New Living Translation? Somebody has it? Who has it now? Who has New Living Translation? Who has it? Okay, please give him mic. But before then, who has any version? Either New King James Version or something? Okay, good. So read Ephesians chapter 4. If it is your Bible, please underline it. Underline this verse we're going to read. Everything I say is here. Everything. Are you there? Please read. Yeah, Ephesians chapter 4.
Sure.
Good, read. Verse 29. Sorry, I didn't tell the verse. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 29. Please read loud. Whoa, King James Version. I want King James Version first.
Okay. Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers.
This is powerful. Look at it. Corrupt communication. Don't allow it to come out of your mouth. But good communication, the one that can edify someone, the one that can minister grace. Please read New Living Translation. Hear it clearly now. Hear it.
Don't use foul or abusive language.
Don't what? Don't use foul F words. Shegia. Waki. They are what? I don't know, insultive. I don't know. Talk to me, man. It's not me I'm saying, it's the Bible. Right on.
Okay. Let everything you say be good and helpful.
And what?
Helpful.
I love the word helpful. In communication, let the words that come out of you be of help to your partner. Right on.
So that your words will be an encouragement to those who hear them.
Did you hear that? Oh, this is powerful. Please, Ephesians 4:29. Please go and underline it. Read it different from different versions. Guess what? The biggest secret of communication is here. The politicians use it. The business people use it. So why wouldn't you, the lover boy, use it? Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Roy Matthew, and I've come to the end of my teaching.
We hope you had a wonderful time listening to our amazing program. For counseling, prayers, and other inquiries, please call the number 080-6578-3427. Have a wonderful day.